Hey Gemini, what's up gang? Hope everybody is well. We're going to go ahead and do an ancestor message for you. What your ancestors want you to know. If that's something that interests you, do stick around. Gemini, if you're new to this channel, welcome. My name is Jessica. Please take a look at my description box. That will have any information that you need to know. And yes, this is a Gemini channel. However, if you vibe, you tribe, so go ahead and make yourself comfortable. Gemini, if you're returning, welcome back. I hope that you're well. I hope you're taking care of yourself. I do hope that you're doing what's best for you, boo. Thank you for all the love, all the support. Gemini, thank you for all the good vibes. It really does mean the world, okay? All right, guys, let's go ahead and get into this. So first of all, I do want to say that I'm using a new deck during this reading. This is the Green Witches Oracle deck. You've probably seen it on YouTube a couple times. It's a pretty popular deck. I just am usually late to trends and getting on the bandwagon, and so I've just now gotten it, but I absolutely love the deck. It's phenomenal, okay? I've used it in Patreon, a personal reading, and then of course I pull cards for my best friend every time I get a new deck. So yeah, it's really just a lovely deck. So we're gonna use that. But let's go ahead and get into this. We have the feather here for your intuitive message. And Gemini, I feel like the ancestors want you to, I'm hearing follow your dreams, but expect change. Be okay with change. Be okay with things moving around. Things are not going to always be the way that they are now. They're also showing me a book, so I feel like there could be information that will be coming to light here that will help you with your forward movement. They're showing me a map too, so you're going to get directions, you're going to get clarity, you're going to get information that's going to help you move forward. But for a while, it might feel a little unexpected, or it might feel like, you know, these shifts, these changes are a little uncomfortable, you know? Some of you might feel like these things are happening in a very violent way too, because they're showing me a feather blowing around and it's kind of getting blown here and blown there. So they want you to kind of flow with life and allow the movements and the changes that are happening to happen. Don't fight against these things, basically, is the energy I'm getting. There's also a lot of signs and synchronicities that you can expect from them. Things that they always use, like music, numbers, birds, maybe coins, or maybe odd sounds or dreams or sensations, maybe smells for some of you guys. But some of you are very connected to your ancestors, and so you already know how they work. I'm getting like a peppermint or a licorice, a black licorice type of smell. That could be something for somebody. Maybe somebody's ancestor, maybe when they were alive, maybe they liked licorice or something like that, but that's just what I'm getting, okay? I also feel like your ancestors really want you to up your protection. Like, your peace is your priority right now. So make sure that you're smudging yourself. Make sure that you're smudging your area. Make sure you're taking your salt baths and your goddess baths and your, you know, you're doing your rituals. And if you do sound baths, or if you play a singing bowl, or you play your drum or your rattle, or whatever you do, it's like, make sure that you're continuing to keep up with these rituals or with these protection energies that you're putting out, right? Because there's a lot of hate on you right now, and I hate to start off the reading saying that, but that's just the energy I'm getting. I feel like a lot of people around you could be a little insincere or undependable. Obviously not everybody, okay? But it does feel like there's people that might be evil eyeing you from a distance, okay, or from the sidelines here, watching you progress, watching you do well, and it's making them feel some type of way. So there's just a big energy of protecting yourself. You also have a big spiritual inheritance or blessing that's going to be coming in here soon, and so the darkness will always try to come in and distract us or tempt us right before we are blessed, or right before we go into a season of winning or a season of momentum. The darkness loves to kind of attack right before that happens to throw us off, so we don't get the most out of that season, or we don't even notice it at all, okay? So we need our head in the game right now. It's a really big energy of staying focused on your goals, staying focused on your priorities, okay? All right, we're gonna do angel numbers. I love doing angel numbers for the ancestor messages. So let's see what we have here. Ancestor messages for Gemini. How about 473? Okay, it says, angels want you to know that forgiveness is an important lesson to learn before the next phase of your journey unfolds. So if you've been dealing with any kind of bitterness, resentment, in your heart or regret that you have for your actions in regards to certain situations, your choices perhaps, what your ancestors are saying is that it's very important that you practice forgiveness for yourself and for others before you enter your next phase, because it's going to cause energetic blockages and it's going to hold you back in the end. Okay. And this doesn't mean you have to phone a friend, right, and have a whole conversation and really get everything out there and all of that stuff. You don't have to do any of that. Okay. You really don't. But, you know, having that moment of like release within yourself, like releasing it or forgiving yourself, is going to be so imperative and important towards your next step. I told you, I feel like something big is coming, like the next phase is about to happen in your life, Gemini, and your ancestors just want you to be prepared. What else do we have for ancestor messages? 657. Okay, 657 says, your heart has endured many lessons with regard to love. Angel wisdom is reminding you that you are not here to search for love. You are here to remember that love is within, and finding it there, you will manifest it in your outer world. So this is a classic message of loving yourself first before anybody else can come in and love you, okay? At least a healthy kind of love, because I know that sounds crazy, because I've seen lots of people that are in relationships where they don't really love themselves, but yet they still found somebody. But are they happy? Are they fulfilled in those relationships? Or are they just in a cycle where they're learning lessons with that person, you know? So there's a big energy here of Spirit wanting to say that yes, you have endured a lot of lessons in love. You've went through a lot. We're not denying that. Nobody is denying that you've went through it, okay, when it comes to love, Gemini. But you're not here to search for love, which a lot of you know that. You're here to find it within. Remember that it is within, right? And I feel like doing that, you're actually going to be manifesting love towards you. So this could just be a node from your ancestors of that if you have been actually focused on yourself and focused on your goals and focused on, you know, loving yourself and finding that love within, you're actually attracting a soulmate, a partner to you, okay? My nose is already, golly. It's bad when I channel the ancestors. Okay. And somebody had said it might be my incense, but I burn incense all throughout the day. I don't just burn them for the camera. Like, you know, like you come in my house at any given time and there's an incense, there's a candle burning. I randomly smudge my house throughout the day. So yeah, like smoke in my house is something that is a constant thing. So I don't know if that's necessarily it. I really do think it's the channeling, because I've seen other psychics complain about their nose during readings, and it's just like, it's such a crazy sensation. It's hard to explain to somebody who's not a psychic and doesn't get that sensation. Anyways, what else do we have here? 663. Your energy requires your honest focus and attention at this time. It's important to follow the path that will take you to joy rather than your ego's wishes and false promises. Wow. Wow. Okay, so that's a strong message coming in from the ancestors. Check yourself before you wreck yourself, okay? There's a big energy here of making sure that you're following your heart's desire, you're following your soul's path, and what is really truly authentic to you, okay? And not just following like fleeting moments of joy, fleeting moments of happiness, fleeting moments of satisfaction or pleasure, you know, ego's wishes and false promises, where these things are not actually going to lead you anywhere. Sometimes where we truly want to be within our soul takes harder work. It takes a tougher path. It takes us kind of rising to the occasion and expecting more for ourselves, right? It's kind of easy to slip back into these lower level indulgences, but I feel like your ancestors want you to check what your intentions are and why you're investing in what you're investing. You know, why are you doing what you're doing here? Okay, so they want you to make sure that you're following the path that's going to take you to your ultimate soul's joy versus your ego's joy and any false promises that you might be feeling within that situation, okay? Okay, so let's go ahead and get into this. Messages from Gemini's ancestors, please. What messages do the ancestors have for Gemini gang? What messages do the ancestors have for Gemini gang, please? What messages do they have? I'm going to get a nice shuffle. What messages do the ancestors have for Gemini? Okay. That was way too many. What messages do the ancestors have for Gemini gang, please? What messages? Okay. We have the hedge, Potential, boundaries, and indecision. Interesting. I really like the illustration on this deck. I don't know if you can see it, but there's a path here and it's split, right? You can definitely go this way or you can go that way. And then we have the scales of balance here. So that could be Libra energy coming through. What your ancestors are saying is there's potential here moving forward. There's really potential to navigate a solid path for yourself. I feel like that last angel number is really talking about this. What path are you wanting to go down? Are you wanting to go down your authentic soul's journey path, or are you wanting to go down a path of your ego and maybe making yourself feel better with false promises that aren't actually going to lead you anywhere? Like, I feel like one of these paths might have a dead end up ahead, and you know in your heart which one is the best choice for you. Okay. Now, of course, doing the work is never going to be easy, right? Stepping into your north node is never going to be comfortable. That's because we're stepping out of our comfort zone, right? Our south node is our comfort zone. Our north node is our destiny. It's our guiding light, basically. And so it's never going to be easy. You're always going to be called to rise to your full potential, to do better, to heal, to learn, to grow. But your ancestors are wanting you to know that the possibilities right now is in your hand. The potential is in your hand to choose which gate you're going to go through, which path you're going to go down. It's important right now that you have boundaries, not only with other people, but also with yourself, okay? Setting a good regimen or a good schedule right now is going to be very important for you. Making sure that you're disciplining yourself and you're sticking to that structure is very important. This could be talking about health. It could be talking about your mental stuff. It could definitely be talking about any kind of goals or achievements that you have right now. Like, staying very disciplined with those goals is going to help you feel accomplished in the end, right? But I feel like some of you could be facing some indecision, and the answer is very clear. It's the one that your soul is pulling you to, even if it doesn't feel the easiest, okay? Bottom of the deck, we have carnelian, one of my favorite crystals, okay? That's carnelian. I love palm stones. Says energy, leadership, and creativity, okay? So yeah, I feel like you do need to take a leading role. This is really giving like Emperor energy. It's giving Aries energy. It's giving like the cardinal. Okay, so cardinals could be significant, but I do feel like there's this energy here of taking a leading role in your situation and making decisive decisions and actions that are going to better your life, right? And help you on your path, on your journey, okay? What else do we have here? What do the ancestors want to say to Gemini gang? What do their ancestors want to say to them, Spirit? What do their ancestors want to say? What do Gemini's ancestors want to say? Oh, wow, that's going to be way too many. These cards are very slippery because they're brand new, so bear that in mind. What do Gemini's ancestors want to say to them, please? What do Gemini's ancestors want to say? We're going to take this one. Oh, it was right side up. It says broom, energy clearing, and freshening. Yeah, I get that energy of some of you. Again, you might need to smudge. You might need to keep your energy clear. There might be a need to cleanse your energy if you do Reiki, or if you get Reiki from anybody, or maybe you need to do a chakra balance or alignment, maybe a meditation to clear your mind. There could be a cord cutting session that's needed here to kind of release any energy that you've picked up. You know, you can do a cord cutting every single day. You can make that part of your nighttime routine where you cut your cords at the end of the day. Because just like when we're walking around and we're picking up dirt on the bottom of our shoe, we can pick up negative energy throughout the day. You know, you run into somebody, they're in a bad mood, and suddenly you're in a bad mood. You run into another person, and for whatever reason, they have some kind of not great entity or a parasitic attachment that's hooked on them. Well, it can kind of notice your light and want to kind of tag along with you. So it's very important here that you're cleansing your energy after interactions, at the end of the day, you know, a daily thing. Like, don't just cleanse your energy when you feel like you're under a spiritual attack or you feel like you're getting the evil eye from somebody, but cleanse your energy every single day. Like, make it a point to do that every day, okay? Your ancestors want you to make sure that your energy is fresh, because this could actually be causing some of the indecision that you're facing right now. You know, if you're not knowing what your North Star is, which is basically, for me, it's your North Node. If you don't know, then you're going to be very confused and easily swayed. So your ancestors are coming in saying it's time to gain some kind of clarity. It's time to gain some kind of direction, some discipline within yourself. And again, make sure that you are cleansing your energy. Make sure your energy is staying clear. Don't let other people or other things kind of influence you right now. This wanted to fall out. I'm not going to take it. But yeah, the fog, obscurity, and feeling lost. You could be feeling like you are being a little blocked, or, you know, things aren't really as clear as you would like them to be right now. You know, you're lost in the fog. You're not really sure which way to go or what's happening right now. You could be feeling very confused. So, you know, your steps are going to be ordered. They're going to be given to you. But really, it's more about like listening to, again, what your soul is telling you. What do we have here moving forward? Or not that, that's not what we're doing. Ancestor messages for Gemini gang, please. What do the ancestors want to say to Gemini gang? We have the leaves coming out, renewal, revival, and progress. Yes, I love that energy for you, Gemini, because it feels like your ancestors want you to know that things are not going to be this way forever. You're not going to be stuck in this energy of indecision forever. You're not going to be stuck in this feeling of being lost or obscured forever, right? Just like the rain stops eventually, so does the sun come back out to shine. So there's going to be some progress here moving forward, and there's going to be a sense of like renewal or rejuvenation within your own energy. It's almost like you're going to have direction, you know, like a renewed sense of purpose or direction is going to soon enter your life here. Rain on the bottom of the deck says cleansing, purification, and hydrating. So make sure that you're keeping yourself hydrated, and make sure, again, you're keeping yourself cleansed, mind, body, and spirit. It's not just enough to cleanse our body. We have to cleanse our mind. We have to cleanse our spirit, okay? If you're feeling like you're carrying anything extra, release it. That's why chakra work can be so beneficial, because we can know when our chakras are blocked by how tense we are in certain parts of our body. So just make sure that you're paying attention to your body and what it's trying to say to you. Your ancestors are really wanting to come in here and stress that you are making sure your energy is cleansed and clear, and making sure that you're ready for the next move, right? For the next step in your journey, because there is forward movement ahead here. There is some kind of progress that's about to happen. Anything else from this deck before we put it up? We might not keep it on the board, but we'll talk about it. Anything else? We have rosemary, remembrance, loyalty, and faithfulness, and then we have rest and contemplation. There's almost this energy here of your ancestors kind of wanting you to pull your energy back a little bit and rest, maybe contemplate, maybe why are you loyal to certain things that you're loyal to? What are your intentions? Why are you investing in certain things? Why are you doing what you're doing, basically? Because once you have that answer kind of locked down, again, it's going to be a lot easier to make whatever this decision is that you feel like you need to make moving forward. It's interesting too, because I feel like there's like this gate here, right? So it's like some of you guys might feel very restricted, or you might feel a little trapped right now. And this decision that you're going to be making could help you be released from this situation. But it's still very important that you make the decision that aligns with your highest and greatest good, you know, aligns with your authenticity. We have altar. So if you have an altar, Gemini, it might be time to cleanse your altar, rearrange some things, dust some things. I actually did that yesterday. I took my whole altar apart and rearranged everything, dusted things, cleansed it, put a fresh candle on it. It's just good to take care of your altar, okay? So if you have one of those, that's very significant for you. And if you don't have an altar and you would like to connect with your ancestors more, building an altar is a great way to do that, okay? But altar says gratitude and releasing burdens. I feel like also your ancestors are saying that you can give some of your burdens to the divine. Like, you don't have to hold on to everything. Like the Christians will say, putting it at the foot of the cross. It's the same kind of concept. Give it to spirit. You know, you don't have to carry all these burdens. And there's an energy here of staying grateful and staying thankful for everything in your life, right? The good and the not so good, because even the not so good is valuable, is teaching you something, you know, or it's giving you the experience that your soul wants to feel in that moment. So having gratitude, finding gratitude in every moment is very important. But yeah, there's something about your spiritual practices and making sure that you're keeping those up, or getting back into them if you've fallen off, because it happens, guys, okay? We have seeds, new ideas, hope, and open-mindedness. Yeah, be open to new ideas, be open to new beginnings, to fresh starts, be open to trying new things, doing things in a different way, stepping out of your comfort zone. I mean, you just never know, you know, what could happen. You never know where something could take you unless you actually give it a moment or give it a shot. So yeah, being open-minded is important right now for your ancestors. Okay, let's go ahead and clarify some of this. This hedge, it says potential, boundaries, and indecision. What is this talking about for Gemini gang, for their ancestors' messages? What is this hedge talking about for Gemini gang? Whoa. We have the 9 of Swords and the 8 of Swords. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. That's heavy. That's really heavy. What's on the bottom? The moon. Okay. So, you might be facing a lot of indecision right now because there is a lack of clarity. Okay? Whether this is within you or whether this is within the situation as a whole. You could also have some not so great thoughts that are surrounding this situation. Maybe you're being very hard on yourself, or maybe you're not seeing a lot of hope. You're not seeing a lot of ways to progress or to break free from whatever this is. I was noticing the gate, so the 8 of Swords coming out, because that can kind of have an energy of feeling stuck. It makes a lot of sense. The thing about it with the moon is that some of this might not be actually the reality of the situation. You know, perspective is everything. Perspective is sometimes more impactful than the actual thing itself that we're thinking about, you know, because your perspective is your lens through which you view your entire reality. So if your lens is broken or distorted or dirty or whatever, you are not going to be viewing your reality in an accurate way, right? As if your lens were clean. And the moon is just casting some kind of illusion here. It's casting shadows, which is making you feel a lot of doubts, a lot of fears, and you're kind of stuck in your head. So there's a really big need to counteract that energy with the moon of using your intuition. It's very important that you search within your soul, okay? And remember that your intuition is a gentle whisper of guidance, is a gentle nudge of guidance. It's not a panicky, like, type of feeling that your ego gives you, right? That's how you can kind of know the difference between your ego and your intuition. One is a gentle whisper, steady and consistent. Even if it's not telling you something that you want to hear, it's still very steady, it's still very consistent. And again, it's not loud, it's a whisper. It's like a little prickly type of feeling. Your ego, however, will scream at you and will make you feel panicked, okay? So I feel like there's something here where you are very anxious, you are very worried about the future. You're not sure how this is going to swing or how this is going to go for you. And your ancestors want you to know, yes, that there are illusions, but you can also counteract that with using your intuition. A choice will need to be made here moving forward to get yourself out of the situation, to help yourself become unstuck here is what I'm getting. Like, you will need to make a decision moving forward. So keep that in mind. And you need to be balanced. Yes, the truth is going to come, right? The clarity is going to come. It could come in a very unexpected way too. You might get the answers or the clarity that you need in an unexpected way. But once this truth comes, you're going to feel more comfortable taking some kind of inspired action here. Okay? So when this truth comes in about whatever this is, it might actually even light a fire under your ass. Like, I'm kind of getting the energy that it might even make you a little angry, depending on what this situation is, right? Anger can definitely be fuel to help you move forward and kind of, you know, smash those goals, right? Like, sometimes working out when you're angry or working on like projects when you're angry can actually be good fuel. Like, we got to put that energy somewhere. Because if you just let it sit within you, again, you're going to either implode one day or you're going to create these energetic blockages that I feel like your ancestors really don't want to happen. So we have to release the anger. You know, you have to release the sadness. You have to feel your emotions and then release them and heal them. And sometimes harnessing that power and putting it into a project or putting it into a goal can really be really helpful, actually. Okay, so some of you might feel a little angry about the choices that you have or the blocks that are ahead or something like that, right? But there is clarity that's coming through. There's truth that's coming through with this Ace of Swords, okay? And I'm hearing, it came in like a wrecking ball, right? So for some of you, it's going to come in like a wrecking ball, the truth. Like, you're not going to be able to deny it any longer. Some of you might have, this is not for everybody, but some of you may have kept yourself at this little spot right here. You know, where we're kind of keeping ourselves stuck a little bit for whatever reason. Maybe there's fears, maybe there's anxieties of the unknown, maybe you already have a pretty solid comfort zone you've built up in a situation and you're not really wanting to leave it behind. Whatever the situation is, I feel like there is an energy of keeping yourself stuck way past your expiration date, where now this is actually starting to erode your energy or deplete you in some kind of way. Like, it's becoming unhealthy. So the truth is coming in. This Ace of Swords is really giving like a mini tower, almost like a moment of enlightenment, where you're going to see what's working for you, what's not working for you, and what you need to do moving forward. And then it's going to be really easy to make that decision. So your ancestors want you to expect that. Like right now, you might be feeling anxious. You might be feeling stuck. You might be feeling like you're not sure how to get past whatever this is. That clarity, that truth is coming, and it's going to help you take that action you need to take. What is this broom? Energy clearing and freshening. What do the ancestors want Gemini to know about this? This broom, please. Okay. We have the 7 of Cups with the Page of Cups. Interesting, because that's 8 cups, which is again talking about kind of walking away. 8s could be very significant for y'all. But the 7 of Cups, to me, it's confusion. It's again that illusion energy. It's I don't know what to choose. I don't know what to do. I don't know where I'm at. Maybe not seeing things as clear as you could. And that's why there's a big need to cleanse your energy, especially if you're dealing with some kind of like turbulent emotions. You know, one day you're feeling good, one day you're feeling down. You know, any little thing can kind of trigger you and put you into like a spiral. There's an energy here of really cleansing and taking care of these emotions that you're feeling. You know, the Page of Cups is a dreamer, but the Page of Cups with the 7 of Cups is making me feel a little bit like being a little in la la land here, or not really seeing things clearly because your emotions are so heavy, right? Like you're having a very strong emotional reaction to something, and this is kind of, I don't know, guys, like skewing your vision or skewing your ability to see clearly or make a choice clearly. That's just what I'm getting. Like there's confusion or there's illusion that's taking place. What is this that they need to cleanse? What do they need to cleanse? Yeah, we have the 5 of Wands. So petty dramas, conflict, competition. Gemini, I feel like you're showing up as the Empress, male or female, right? And I feel like there's this energy here of other people around you that cause problems for you. This could also be a very negative motherly influence here, or baby mama influence. Take it as it resonates, okay? But it does feel like, for the most part, you guys are showing up in this very etheric, gentle, loving, giving energy. And there's people here that really are either upset by your progress, or they want to take advantage of you, or they put themselves in some kind of weird silent competition with you. Of course, this can pull on your energy. So there could be outside influences that you're confused about. You have a big heart here with this Page of Cups, so you're not sure you know, if you're thinking about things correctly, if you're seeing things correctly, you're not sure what to do. You know, maybe some of you guys don't want to hurt people's feelings, or some of you, you know, you really care about the people that you're involved with, right? But what Spirit is saying, what your ancestors are saying here, is that this is disrupting your energy. It's disruptive, okay? It's causing confusion. You need to clear out any kind of toxic drama, arguments, pettiness, competition, basically bird bitch energy, right? They're flocking in your life right now, actively, and crapping all over your dreams, pretty much, okay? Or your stability. So some of you who are feeling like a little unstable, or sometimes you're just, you know, even your emotions could be kind of up and down, like I had said, and that can be part of like, you know, being an empath. If somebody's angry and they're thinking about you, you're going to pick that up as an empath. Or if somebody around you that has nothing to do with you, like your neighbor, for instance, maybe they're fighting over there, you know, you're going to pick that up. So if you're feeling emotions out of nowhere, if your emotions are making you feel a little bipolar, like 1 minute I'm here, 1 minute I'm here, and I don't know what's going on, it really is an energy of checking yourself, okay? Touching base with yourself. Is it rational, reasonable for me to have these emotions that I'm having right now? I'm having a great day. Why am I all of a sudden seething with rage? That is what, you know, you need to do. An empath check-in here. And if you feel like you have picked up emotions that are not your own, Gemini, feel free to release those back to their owner, or give them to Spirit, and Spirit will do with it what it's going to do, right? But you don't need to carry these emotions that aren't yours. Sadness, anger, regret, okay? Emotions maybe, or thoughts that are kind of making you feel bad about yourself. It's like, why am I feeling this way? It could be because you're picking up somebody else's stuff. That's why it's very important as an empath that we cleanse our energy constantly, okay? Constantly burning sage, constantly smudging, constantly clearing the energy with Palo Santo, or burning incense. I like to get incense that are like, you know, I don't get frankincense anymore, but if you are okay with frankincense, copal, you know, sage, lavender, protective incense that are crafted to protect. You can find a lot of good incense on Etsy. I like to burn incense rather than just smudging all day, because they're burning constantly. And so you're constantly having your energy purified, you know? Maybe some of you guys need to do a salt bath and you need to really scrub yourself, okay? With some maybe black salt or just salt in general. You can get kosher salt. You can use a damn table salt off of your counter. All you have to do is just bless it and put the intention in it that it's going to protect you and purify you. Bam, there you go. You guys are way more powerful than you think. You don't need all this extra stuff to cleanse yourself or protect yourself, okay? So there's this energy here of really making sure that you're watching your energy and you are very mindful. Is this emotion mine? Does it seem reasonable for me to feel this way right now? If not, Gemini, release it. It's not yours. You don't need to carry it. And if there's people that are invoking this kind of emotion within you, yes, your ancestors would like you to remove yourself from those situations. Leaves, renewal, revival, and progress. What is this talking about for Gemini, for what the ancestors want them to know? Look at that. I love to see it. I love to see that. 9 of Pentacles. Y'all are about to be back on top of your game if you've been feeling off. Okay? If you've been feeling off, you are about to be back on. Okay? I feel like there was a lot of disruptive things. There was maybe a lot of choices or lack of clarity that you were having here that was causing you to feel foggy or feel a little like off kilter here. But you're about to be back on. Some of you, there's about to be some kind of progress here when it comes to a goal that you're working on, or your career, your foundation, your financial foundation for sure. Possibly even a housing goal. Maybe you want to relocate, or maybe you want to renovate your house. Maybe you're trying to build a house here. Okay? But it feels like you're about to be back on track and things are going to be feeling very good. I'm seeing a period of abundance coming up, a winning streak, which is, again, why I had said in the very beginning, when you're on this path to having a winning streak or having a streak of progress in your future, the darkness will come in and test you. It will come in and try to fuck with you. So keep that in mind, please, okay? Because it feels like there's a whole bunch of unnecessary bullshit right here in the middle before we get to this, okay? You can cut this short by being very mindful. You know, not today, Satan is a phrase that's coming through, because I do feel like the darkness is checking for you, Gemini, because whatever this is up ahead, it's going to be really good. For some of you, you could be meeting somebody, or you're going into really healthy partnerships when it comes to your business. Maybe you're meeting some friends, like-minded individuals here. It does feel like there's going to be an increase in connections here moving forward, okay? And a lot of you have been doing the inner work. You're studying, you're reading, you know, you're growing, you're staying hydrated, you're eating your fruits and your veggies, you're working on your body, you know, you're giving yourself the god/goddess treatment when it comes to your body, like you're just taking care of yourself, you know, treating your body like a temple and whatnot, and you're about to see these results. So if some of y'all have been working on your body, oh yeah, the results are about to start showing here, and it's been a lot of work, you know. Your ancestors are really proud of you for breaking through whatever you've broken through. Yeah, I feel like there's this energy here of you seeing something in a completely different way. Like this pause or this stagnation that you felt is over, but you're coming out of this almost like born again with new eyes, is what your ancestors are saying. So I'm getting that energy. I'm getting like a born again type of energy. The Magician. Yeah, your skills, whatever this talent, skill, gift that you have, it's increasing tenfold. Like you're getting even better. Okay. And this could be coming from like your hard work. Like some of you guys are really studying and you're actually delving really deep into your practices and you're trying to learn more. Maybe you're going back to school, or maybe you're just focusing a lot of attention on whatever this is. So this is you, but also it's just like as you level up, your abilities level up as well, okay? And what your ancestors are saying here is you have all the tools on the table to actually make a dream possible. You can put tangible action into something. I also feel like people find you to be so gifted and find you to be so on motherfucking point here, Gemini, that they're going to want to pay you for your services, or they're going to want to give you more money. They're going to want to put a spotlight on you at work. Like you're going to be getting recognized for whatever you're doing, for sure. Recognition is coming. Okay, it's like feeling born again. That's the energy I'm getting, because I feel like there was, again, a lot of illusion here. You've closed out that cycle and you're feeling a lot better now, and you're free to kind of take action moving forward and let yourself have a new beginning. Yes, Chariot energy. So Pisces with the Hangman, Aries and Gemini with the Magician. And then, of course, we have Cancerian energy with the Chariot. I think that's all the majors out here. Yes. Some of you guys could be relocating for work, moving for work. Maybe you're going to be doing a commute for work. Maybe you're looking for new work. Maybe you want to kind of branch out or get into something new. Okay? Either way, you're really choosing which path you're going to go down. You're focusing on this. You're making the choice, but you're staying balanced. Also, with the Chariot energy, you have what it takes to be successful here, right? You know that the light and the dark are both needed when it comes to being successful and moving ahead. Okay? And I feel like there's a very balanced energy that's taking over right now when it comes to your energy. I like it. Okay, let's get some advice and additional messages for Gemini gang. Advice and additional messages for Gemini gang, please, from their ancestors. Advice and additional messages. We have shake, release, heal, and move on, card number 27. Yes. Because this is exactly what your ancestors are asking you to do. Shake it off, right? If it's not yours, shake it off. Release it if you've been holding on to it. That's how you're going to heal it. And then you can move on, you know? Because a lot of you are still carrying some things, residual energy that needs to be released. And then some of you are also carrying things that don't even belong to you. Like if somebody's mad at you and they are hating on you or they're jealous or whatever, you don't need to know about that. That's none of your business. That's their problem. That has nothing to do with you. You know, that's a them issue. So you don't need to feel their emotions and carry that and kind of have that skew your perception of yourself when you look in the mirror because this person's got a problem. So if you feel like there's no damn good reason why I should be feeling this way, please release it, shake it off. It's not yours, okay? What else do we have here for Gemini gang? Advice and additional messages. We have Nourish the Shadow, card number 33. That's what you've been doing, right? Like your vulnerable sides, the side that you don't really like to show everybody, or the side that needs the most attention, the side that's kind of been shoved in the closet and kind of, we'll look at that another day, that needs attention. And I feel like that's the work that you've been doing, that shadow work. And it's not easy, you know, it's not easy. It can get very heavy, but I feel like you're coming out of this and you're healing, you know. Also, there's something about, again, continuing to hydrate yourself. Make sure you are drinking water like all day long. You know, just keep a big ass water bottle next to you, or like a hydro flask or whatever the kids are drinking out of. Let go, bury, card number 17. Again, let it go, bury it. You know what you need to do. Because I feel like there's like both. Like I feel like some of you guys are dealing with actual like bird bitch energy, right? I feeling like there's actual outside interference here that's happening, but then I also feel like there's emotions you're picking up from people, situations, whatever, that have nothing to do with you and you need to release. So yeah, it feels like there's a lot of stuff that's attached to you right now, or you're feeling very heavy, Gemini, and so your ancestors just want you to release this. Like get rid of it, okay? What else do we have here for Gemini gang, please? Advice and additional messages. And we have claim your power. Yeah, claim your power, Gemini. You know, take back control of your life, take back control of your energy, take back control of your emotions, you know, because this is going to serve you well. We have transformation, 42. Yes, there's a big transformation that's happening right now. That's that rebirth, that renewal energy that we saw, okay? And then we have that with the transform. Yeah, some of you guys have definitely went through the Phoenix energy recently, where you purified yourself and now you're being born again. I'm getting that energy like so strong, like born again, born again. It's in you, card number 24, and then we have a victory with card number 40. Yeah, so victory is within you, Gemini, okay? That's what your ancestors ultimately want you to know. Also that you have more power in a situation than you feel like you have, okay? All right, guys, that has been your reading. I do hope that it helps, hope it resonates, hope it does something, and I'll definitely see you on the next one. Bye.